and it really saddens me. I've just decided that I got to fix this. I don't want to see women go through this anymore. It's just unnecessary stress and strain on ourselves.
The Health and Wellness Rollercoaster. So, what is that we're on, and how do we get off of that?
So the health and wellness roller coaster, I think everybody's going to shake their head in acknowledgement when I explain this. You're reading through a magazine or you're watching, listening to a podcast or you're watching a video and you think to yourself, oh, I need to get on the stick. I need to start taking better care of myself. So you search around or you identify a plan or a program or whatever it might be. Maybe you're going to start to run. Maybe that's your single big piece of your new program. So you get yourself organized. You buy all the stuff, you get the right clothes, you get started, and we start running, but we haven't really been doing much for the last, let's say, 10 years or so. Getting off the couch after 10 years can be really tough on your body when you start running. I don't know about you, but I'm one of these go-getter women, and everybody in my practice is that way. So that means we're not going to do it small. We're not going to walk around the block first. We're going to start running 10 miles first. A nutrition plan is what we really need. And so we go in, we clean out the refrigerator, clean out the pantry. Everybody in the house is fussing because they can't find their snack. We're not eating any processed foods. We're only going to eat between the hours of 10 and 3, something like that. And we make it crazy hard for ourselves in just a couple days, if we make it that long. One long run, or maybe a couple days of going to bed hungry and feeling deprived during the day. Maybe you get a couple days in, but then we just fall right off of that. We rebound, sometimes even worse than where we were before. That's the health and wellness roller coaster.
Get off of that.
I hate seeing women do that to themselves because it is self-defeating. We end up feeling sad. We end up feeling frustrated. We're angry with ourselves. Sometimes we're embarrassed. We feel like failures. So we've gone through this and we're no better off than we were when we had the great idea to get started and begin with. And it just makes it really tough to then try to put that time and energy back on ourselves, to try to figure it out again. Most of us will go through a scenario like this 2 or 3 times a year, if not more. Then you times that by the last 20 years, the last 30 years, the last 40 years. That's a lot of the ups and downs. And then sometimes women just totally give up on themselves. And it really saddens me. I've just decided that I got to fix this. I don't want to see women go through this anymore. It's just unnecessary stress and strain on ourselves. And it makes us really question whether or not we can actually have the life that we truly want for ourselves. And I just want women to know that they don't have to, we don't need to question that. You can have the life that you want. Here's the statement that I really want women to hold on to, is that everything we say and everything we do is dependent on the mental and physical energy that we have in that moment. Learning how to be an energy producer, be a master at producing the mental and physical energy that we need, that's the name of the game. To me, that's what self-care is all about.
We help women build up these little habits.
And so when you add complication to a full plate, you're doomed to fail. So it's super important that things are even for us, that there's not a lot of these waves up and down. So to answer your question, I think the first thing that women need is to redefine self-care. As I was saying, I think that self-care needs to be things that produce mental and physical energy, because that's what everybody is looking for. They want to not peter out halfway through the day. And when they get home in the evening and there's a young person or their spouse asking these questions, you want to be thoughtful, you want to be patient, you want to be understanding, you want to be a good listener. All of those things require energy. So I just want to zero in on that. That's really what self-care needs to be about. Now, when women say, I've got my nails done or I went to a spa day, that is self-care as well. But I put that under the foundations of health. And I say that there's 7 foundations of health and wellness, and that's under the stress management aspect of self-care. It's not that it's not self-care, it is, but it's not a self-care that plugs us in, boom, to our battery pack. That's what we want. We want to have full cells of battery there at our ready. I try to teach my clients to take a peek at tomorrow, today, right? So you're ahead of the game. When you see a full day of 3 or 4 meetings and you're running, you're carpooling and you got to go to your parents' doctor's appointment, like that's a lot. You want to be able to plug in, boom. And so that you can get through this day at a high level. Because here's the other thing is that nobody wants to feel like they've done okay with the people that they love. We go to bed at night having these conversations. Oh, why didn't I say this? When we're just okay. No, nobody wants to be okay. You want to be at a high level. You want to be listening. You want to be patient. You want to be everything that that loved one needs. We got to redefine self care.